Once upon a time there was an old shoemaker named Geppetto. One day Geppetto got a special piece of wood. He decided he would turn it into a beautiful wooden doll. But once Geppetto started cutting into the wood, it started screaming, "Ah, stop! That hurts!" To his surprise, Geppetto noticed that the wood was alive. He quickly finished the doll and put Pinocchio on the ground. He ran away as fast as he could, but luckily Geppetto was able to catch him. "I would like to go to school, father," said Pinocchio one day. And Geppetto wanted that for his son too, but he didn't have enough money to buy his first reading book. So Geppetto sold his coat. Shaking from the cold, but with the book in his hands, he returned home. The next day Pinocchio went to school. He wanted to learn everything, so that he could earn lots of money and buy his father a new coat. But on his way to school, Pinocchio got distracted and forgot to go to school. He even sold his book to buy a ticket for a puppet show. Pinocchio told the puppeteer about how his father had sold his coat. The puppeteer felt sorry for Geppetto and gave Pinocchio 5 coins to buy his father a new coat. When Pinocchio was on his way to the store, he was tricked by 2 con men. They tied him to a tree and wanted to steal his coins. But Pinocchio had hid them well, and the con men left him tied to the tree without stealing the coins. Luckily for Pinocchio, a fairy lived across the tree and had seen everything. She felt sorry for Pinocchio and freed him. Pinocchio told her about his adventures, but when she asked where the coins were now, he lied. And immediately his nose started growing. This startled Pinocchio, and he promised not to lie anymore. The fairy sent him on his way to Geppetto. But on his way he ran into the con men again, and this time they did steal his coins. Geppetto was happy Pinocchio was home again, but he was angry that he sold his book. Still, Geppetto sent Pinocchio back to school. This time Pinocchio ran into the laziest boy of the school. Carlo convinced Pinocchio to join him to visit Toyland. Pinocchio joined and had a lot of fun for a couple of days. But then, one day, he woke up with giant donkey ears. It didn't take long for him to completely turn into a donkey. That's what happens when you skip school. As a donkey, Pinocchio was sold and was treated poorly. Eventually somebody even wanted to kill him for his skin. He begged the fairy to come help him, and luckily she did. But Pinocchio had jumped into the sea to escape the nasty man. There he was chased by an enormous shark. Pinocchio swam as fast as he could, but he couldn't prevent being eaten by the shark. In the stomach of the shark it was pitch black dark. "Help!" screamed Pinocchio. Then out of the blue, he saw a little flicker of a fire. And he couldn't believe his eyes. It was Geppetto who was holding the torch. Father and son fell into each other's arms, crying of happiness. They told each other all the adventures they had had and found a way to escape from the shark's stomach. When Geppetto and Pinocchio arrived home after many other adventures, he heard that the fairy was in the hospital. He sent his last bit of money to her so that she could afford the best doctors. The fairy was so grateful that she turned Pinocchio into a real boy. And Geppetto and Pinocchio lived happily ever after.